The picture on the front of this is a death threat from 3 years ago. Well, part of it. I get a lot of these. When people tell me their friends and families are being threatened, there's a reason I believe them. When they don't come forward, though, I'm the one that's harmed. That's why there are so many recordings of witnesses on my channel. Sure, they'll tell me, but they won't tell anybody else. That's manipulation and that's laziness. Next time, next time, next time. Oh, we'll do it next time, next time. Well, all those next times got Natalie killed. I got a protection order against a guy named Andrew Wolnez.
Okay.
And yesterday I had to go to court with him and they reissued it.
Oh, well, that's good news.
Well, last night, him and them racist kids that been messing with me pulled their stuff again. He called me 11 times and I had to get a hold of Candy and have her call the cops. Nathan's going to come out and stand with me so the cops don't pull their BS again.
Good.
Hopefully.
Well, let me know.
Yes, ma'am.
You know where I am, right in the bakery.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Wolnez out here. I don't know where the crows are.
They'll be here
But
shortly.
hopefully they'll be here shortly.
They will too. Three of them. If they show up soon enough, I'll show you the crows. Let me see if I call them over. Probably not, but we'll try it. No, I called a fucking seagull. That was ineffective. I guess I'm not too good at bird calls. Oh, alright, I suppose I should show you. Last time she threw the nets down, all three of the birds were perched up there. So they kind of came on their own. So I was told to wait here for the cops to show up and show them what I got. She called the cops, they're on the way, and Nathan's gonna stand with me.
Sam, go back to your cave.
This is how it was in Boulder, Colorado back in 2016 and 2017. Just a bunch of bullying, a bunch of harassment, a bunch of assaults, a bunch of phone calls, people calling me up and threatening my friends and family. Just leave me alone. Come on now. I'm not somebody who wants to call the cops. Good morning. I had to start a live video because I'm waiting on the cops to show up.
Yeah, I heard. What the hell, man?
They stopped in 5 months. Them youngins, they haven't stopped in 14 months.
Yeah, no, bastards. Like, what the hell?
Well, the cops didn't want to do their jobs the first time and created a safety issue. And then they just kept on bullying me every time they showed up because I had to turn in Lothman and Olson.
Job interview?
No, I already found a new job.
Well, dressed up nice, man.
Thank you.
You already got another job?
Yeah, you can tell Papa Murphy's to kiss my ass.
Oh my god, either. I was just telling them this morning.
tell
I was
them
like,
that every
yeah,
day.
it sounds like it's about a 2.
They never have.
If that.
I know, right? Both cheeks in the middle. Mwah.
Where's the other job at?
Wells Fargo.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Wells Fargo?
Mhm. I'm gonna be bored out of my fucking
Don't
mind.
fall asleep.
Yeah, no shit,
It's too
right?
quiet in those places.
God,
Dude,
I'm
did
gonna
you
be
hear
so
it
fucking
getting all
bored.
super quiet in there this morning? Come walking out of the 508, and it was like, ooh, what the?
I was
Yeah,
sitting there
some
like,
days
whoa.
it's like that. I walk in there and after
Eerie
being out,
quiet.
out
It
there
was
and there, it's
crazy
like,
though. It was like
dead.
you could hear a pin drop.
ooh, that's
And I was like, you can really hear me whistle now.
yeah. It's a good thing you can carry a tune, huh?
Glad somebody can.
You know, shit, I can't carry one with a bucket.
Family tree.
I know. We're all tone deaf as hell.
I
I'll
can't
sing
for
anyways,
shit.
so.
I'll break windows if I sing.
Oh, I'll sing anyways.
can
I don't give a
whistle.
shit.
Nonstop.
Well, looks like the cops are here. I gotta go in and grab Nathan real quick. I'll be right back.
All right, honey, you need help up?
Yes, please. Thank you, ma'am.
Here you go, darling. We'll be right here when you're done.
Yes, ma'am. He's over there checking out my car.
Is that what he's doing?
Yeah.
Let's see him go over there.
Or does he not have the brains to look this way?
He's
He
over
looks
here.
this way. That's
I'm trying not to
He
say
was
anything.
waiting for you at your car.
He literally just got here.
Yeah, he literally just drove by, saw all of us sitting here, and then went to.
Now you go right to order. Piece the fuck out. Alright, hold on, I'm taking Friday off because that's the only way I can get 32 hours. Cut me down to 30.
Really? Fuck that shit.
Manager?
Yeah. No.
I'm like, why don't you guys give me an extra day off? It's like, that's my push down.
Hey, Sean,
Yes, sir.
can I talk to you for a second? I got a call from a friend of yours, Candace. She was worried about you and the stalking order you got against Andrew.
Yeah,
Said he's
he's-
been calling you.
Over and over and over and over and over and
From
over
the
again.
restricted number.
Yep. I also have a recording from him because I finally answered it.
Okay.
This is the reason I don't answer restricted numbers.
Great.
I do know if I would have pulled this stuff out of that, if you guys is pulling, I would have been this.
Also left a couple of messages where he didn't say anything.
Shit out of him, so. It's just. What the hell, man? Just.
I kicked the truck one time for speeding. While I was walking down the road, and all he asked is, I threw my foot up and I kicked his truck and I got trouble with
There's a phone call
Really?
ringing.
That's bullshit.
My buddy got right over from the skateboard. He got hit really hard. He got up and stopped on the windshield, and he got the criminal charge.
I got ran over by a F-350. Driving for 10 feet, parked on top of, shifting my pelvis 3 inches.
He called me up just to say fuck you. He called me over and over and over and over again. He's been assaulting me repeatedly. He's assaulted me over there. He's assaulted me over there. There's multiple witnesses that work here of the assaults. Him and his friends been harassing me at the library. They harass me here. They assault me at the library. They assault me here. They assault me at the parking lot. Then they call up and complain to Safeway. And then they call up and complain to the library. And then they come back and harass me some more. Then racist youngins down there at Tillamook Sporting Goods harassed me to the point that the only two places I had was the library in here. And Wolnez has been doing this for 5 months.
When you say they,
I mean, Andrew Wolnez and them racist little shits from the Tillamook Sporting Goods parking lot. They came by yesterday right after court to scream the N-word at me again. They did so just 5 days ago. They also were screaming some crap about Wolnez just like 3 days ago. You know, they do this no matter where I move to. It's not like I can move to somewhere where I'm not going to be harmed. The guys were in...
Nathan Lawrence. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. So I'm here, let's say advocating our need, just making sure that the shot, just to make sure that he's, safe and provided for. So we've been having this trouble with not only Wolnez, but there's some people, some kids, high school kids. They hang around this morning, so I've seen them a couple times.
They throw stuff at my vehicle. There's recording after recording of them throwing stuff at my vehicle, kicking my vehicle, kicking. Wolnez has assaulted me 9 times overall, just assault against me. My other phone is broken because he keeps beating on it. My car is all dented in and dinged up and won't work because of him beating on it. Like you can see, if you walked around my whole car, you can see the whole thing is beaten in.
I have seen the aftermath of that. And he does have, I think, some information regarding those kids. 115. With the license plate and the identification of the vehicle.
Yeah, over and over again I've tried to turn that in.
Yeah. We do have that kind of information. We don't really have their names or identification. Maybe the visuals.
There's a couple of people who know who all these people are. One of them, her name is Tally White. And the other one's name is Kyron Rhodes.
Okay. So
there's also a young man named Carlos, and he knows all of them. He's helped me out a lot with stopping some of the abuse. He also has pulled up several times some of the youngins that were doing that stuff, and they apologized, but not all of them apologized, and a lot of them are still up to it. I have been contacted through others by 2 members of the Wolnez family. They're not breaking the protection order. They didn't call to threaten me or harass me or anything like that. They weren't trying to hurt me. They weren't trying to do anything of that sort. They just were wondering what's up.
Okay.
And also wanted to let me know a little bit about Andrew. But,
sorry.
Go ahead.
Tally White, I'm going to have you write down. Maybe get her out. Maybe get some more information about this thing.
Yes, yeah. You said Tally White, and who's the other one?
Okay. The other one's name is Kyron Rhodes. Kyron, Kyrun. Yep. And he told me he was 23, but then he celebrated his 18th birthday after that. So
He'll find it. He'll find it. He'll find it.
They've been screaming this N-word stuff at me, throwing stuff at my vehicle, telling me they're gonna kill me. The thing is, Wolnez is telling other people who work at Safeway that he's gonna kill me.
Yeah, there was an incident out in Jersey, you know about it, where he came in and he made a really big scene and made a lot of people feel uncomfortable about his comments.
Andrew
That's-
Wolnez.
Yeah, Andrew Wolnez. That's why there is a restraining order against him in this public area.
Yeah, they had to
he's
get one
trespassed
against him.
from
He's
Safeway.
trespassed from here, and he's come back on the property at least 6 times to harass me. He stands right over there and points his phone at me, and then he tells people that I killed Natalie Bollinger and I raped my sister and shit like that.
Okay.
My sister has permission to pretend that because people are threatening to kill her and my niece, and my sister wanted to say that. Natalie Bollinger never accused me of any such thing, and the guy who killed her is in prison, and you probably know that.
Yeah, we've spoken before.
Yeah.
Okay, so when he does it, he stands like against that white wall.
Either there or he comes through over there, or he's the first time he ever assaulted me. Like, I didn't even know who the dude was. He assaulted me over at the can machine here. And
Is there a reason why he's being so I mean,
yes, it's because of them racist youngins and because of the death of Natalie Bollinger and the popularity of it. You know, it's on A&E, right? It's also on 60 Minutes in 2020. Yeah, I literally cannot go anywhere in the United States without people being predatory towards me over slander.
If you look up Sean Schwartz's name online, a lot of news channels covering him. Like, all it is basically just portraying him as a murderer. Natalie Bollinger, a case of killing her.
He's gotten to see evidence,
Yeah.
so has Candace, that I was the one who was stalked. Natalie thought she was in love with me. That's not my fault. I drove 1,700 miles to get away from her, and her friends and family made my life a living hell.
So you can read up on it for yourself if you want, but that's kind of
The stuff that they have on the internet is all BS. The actual
so then
evidence I've
Andrew
got.
must have seen that stuff, and that's why he's after
No,
you.
he started it up because of them youngins down there and their BS. Now, I
Oh,
tried
so
to,
it's
you remember
about
the
that.
night I was telling you about them, the dent in the side of their vehicle, and they went and parked at Denny? Yeah,
Yeah.
those are the guys.
Yeah. Okay. And I'll be able to look that up and get the license plate. I know the SRO's over there, so he should know who they are.
Well, I've got a lot of license plate numbers because they've kept, them youngins have kept this up for like 14 or 15 months now. The situation got really bad when, you remember Christian Alexander, Sheriff?
Yeah, I remember.
Well, he's dead now, but he
Christian Alexander?
got in a car accident in Ohio.
I had no idea.
It was like 5 or 6 months ago. Anyway, he was walking by my car. This is when they were just being turds to every homeless person. But when he was walking by my car, he was screaming that he was going to kill them. So I turned on my recording and I started recording it, and he was still screaming at the end of it that he was going to kill him. And they severely started targeting me after that, like a lot of hazing. And there's a lot of it on my YouTube channel. The throwing of the pumpkins, there's a guy here named Miguel. He's the one that came over and picked up the pumpkins over there. These guys know that I'm disabled, that I can't take care of myself, that I can't defend myself, and they have kept it up. It's not just Walmart. Them you down there at Philemon Sporting Goods parking lot have not stopped.
So Miguel is the assistant store director of Safeway. Unfortunately, a lot of the cases here have happened in our parking lot, on our supervision. So, and again, Miguel can testify. Okay.
There's a lot of people who've tried to, people keep saying, you know what, the only thing that's going to stop them is to beat them up. And I keep telling everybody, I don't want anybody beaten up. I don't want any violence. I want it to stop, not perpetuate. I mean, this ain't the Hatfields and the friggin' McCoys here.
So what information do you need?
So regarding I know you have a stalking order now against
Yes, sir.
Andrew, right? So for us to press, because he's calling for restraining order, so that makes it difficult for us to press. So if you do, I'm not telling you have to answer the phone, but if you do, what we would need, what we would need is for him to identify himself on the phone call and to record it.
It's his voice. It's his voice.
And we have tried that before, and it just doesn't work.
Sir, I've got pepper spray in my vehicle, and I have a taser in my vehicle, and people keep telling me to use those, and I've had them on me when he's assaulted me. I can't bring myself to taser him. I can't bring myself to hit him. I can't bring myself to kick him back, and I can't physically defend myself against him. I've got At least 7 of the 9 assaults against me recorded. At least 7 of them. Then there's at least 30 recordings overall of him hitting my phone, hitting my vehicle, kicking my vehicle, following me to other locations to kick my vehicle. Like, he has not stopped.
So now that the stalking order is in place, if he comes near your vehicle, you need to call us and let us know. Okay. So like I
I've
said,
tried
the
that
phone
before.
calls are hard for us, but what does that mean? The phone calls are hard for us because he's calling from a restricted number. But if he comes near you, obviously that's really easy for us to prove, and we can take action.
There's somebody, if somebody gave him my phone number, first of all. Second of all, I know that it's not illegal to give out somebody's phone number. It's just rude. That's been explained to me repeatedly. But the thing is that he's just going to keep on doing this.
No.
Like, how all of the assaults, why hasn't anybody done anything about that?
Officer Lothman, because Andrew reported
Officer Lothman started this.
He tried to come talk to you about the assaults, and you said that you didn't want to talk to him. So it's hard for us to take any action when we don't know about it.
I was with Nathan at the time, and I am scared shitless of Lothman, and you know it.
Okay.
Every time that I tried to turn in Lothman, he showed up to threaten, harass, intimidate me over and over and over again, and to bully me, and that's not okay for law
That's the
enforcement.
only one that I'm aware of. So if you don't let us, if you need to call us right after.
Sir, I let you know when they were down there doing that stuff. I have made dozens of calls to you guys.
I know.
So what happens is if say Andrew Wolnez does that, goes across the proximity of his vehicle, does he have to report it? And if he leaves the premises, does he have to still make a call and it will still be an issue of the arrest?
I mean, hypotheticals are hard, right? But if he violates the stalking order, obviously it would be awesome if
The assaults are recorded. How do I get him taken in on those?
Okay, well, we can look into that. I can't promise you anything about that right now. Okay.
Did you provide that evidence to Officer Lofton or whoever reported?
There is a safety issue with the police, and I have explained that to 911 as well as to all of you guys. Because every time that I had to talk to you previously, I had to do so alone, and I was bullied. Now there is somebody here with me. Please stop saying my name over and over again. I'm not retarded. I heard you the first time. You are not letting me talk. You're just saying Sean, 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 Sean.
We cannot do anything if you don't
All right,
provide with
the
the
other
evidence
times
to do our job.
I didn't have anybody.
Okay? You saying you're scared of the police and then calling the police is like a direct.
You're not listening to me. You are literally selling a false narrative over the top of what I'm saying. You're not allowing me to speak and saying my name over and over and over again because you don't want anybody to hear.
You talk in circles. We
Nathan,
cannot help
please.
you if you do not provide.
He's not going to shut. I don't need a translator. I can hear English.
This is what I'm going to tell you, okay? If something happens and you violate the restraining order, we need to know about it. We can't do anything if you won't talk to us.
I'm already aware of that, but it's a safety issue with me having to talk to you without someone else present. And you know it, and I have explained this to you repeatedly. It's not me talking in circles, it's you talking over me.
Listen to you, okay?
I'm sorry. I'm
You're
really
okay.
sorry.
You're okay. You're just frustrated.
It's easy to get frustrated when I'm just going to get talked over.
But you have a cigarette before we get on the bus, all right, honey?
I don't have any.
I have some for you. Okay? You're very welcome. Maybe have a lighter. Okay? Be okay. Deep breaths. A few minutes, okay?
Every time I have to explain the wrong things that the officers have done, the officers just talk over me, or they say my name over and over and over again. No, I have been antagonized. He has approached me every single time. I have never approached him. Do not blame me for other people's crimes. Go fuck yourself.
That's where that stops. So, like you said, it's like phone calls are hard.
He's not doing a very good job.
Fine. The stalking order comes into play. And it is active. So, He has a couple pointers. It would be trespassing and violating the stop. Yes. Yes. So it would be, we could get a proposed, so we have.
Yeah, we, if he's got video of him coming onto the. Yeah, approaching him and contacting him, then if he provides that, that's gonna give us more ammunition for the TA.
Ma'am, I've been trying to provide them with this evidence for 2 months. They refused to take it because I had to go in alone. And I try to explain to everybody, you have to help me with the paperwork and go in with me or nothing's gonna happen. And the thing is, I've gone in repeatedly with the paperwork. I've been illegally dismissed by the TA, by the, literally, they won't let us the police report. Ma'am, they're protecting my predators. They've known what's going on since I got here. The officers who ran around telling people that I'm one of the more little Paul.
Here anyways, about 10, 15 minutes. And we'll go and fix some supplies.
We'll come over and we can.
Have a better day.
And again, we try to explain to people, someone saying that person violated, we're not dismissing when someone says they violated a stalking order or a restraining order. But the district attorney has made it very clear from the evidence of whatever.
I got plenty of evidence. The problem is getting help turning it in. All right, these cops already know I've been trying to turn it in.
Yeah, you definitely, yeah, if there's video or there, whatever the case is, or which one, please come out.
And see, he's explaining all the stuff that I explained to people.
Oh. Oh, God, let me see. What is it?
It's really hard.
I know, I've seen him one day. That's how I was like.
Yeah, that might be the bro. Yeah, he's looking for food, the moocher. I ain't got no damn bird food today.
They don't mind violating my rights based off someone's slander. They don't mind locking me up based on someone's slander. Matter of fact, the police officers operate by slander. I know, and that's the problem, is that's why there's supposed to be laws to protect me. They just pretend that I brought it on myself. And that's illegal for him to say, first of all. I do need to turn the officers in. I've been trying to since I got here.
It would really help if we had someone that said, yeah, here's the video. Any person with the report, you can say, that was wolnez. I watched it.
You know, the very day that these things happened, when I went to the police about it, because it just happened and I knew the names. I told them the names, and there's names that I didn't know. They freaking blew me off months and months and months and months, and through months of abuse. How do I turn it in? I try to explain to people, you have to do it with me or the officers are going to blow me off, dismiss me, and I'm going to be harmed more. These cops don't care. There's plenty of evidence of it. They won't look at it without somebody going in with me and verifying that it exists. They'll refuse to look at it. They've done so repeatedly. I hope. You know, I had people that were going to go in with me in Colorado, and they didn't. They just let them hurt me. They let the volunteers do whatever they wanted. They let the police do whatever they wanted. They didn't go in with me, and the police sell whatever narrative they want. They destroyed evidence, body cam evidence that I was trying to turn them in, and my own public pretenders wouldn't even try to requisition the body cameras. I have to take this abuse for the rest of my life.
No, you don't.
Ma'am, they railroaded me in court repeatedly. And they use that against me everywhere. Nobody will look at what Waylon Lilitai did. They just go, oh, he was charged with assault against a police officer. No, I was assaulted by a police officer. A police officer who ran around and assaulted a lot more people. He played football for the University of Hawaii. He played football for CSU. He just likes hurting people. He's already cost Boulder, Colorado $3.2 million. Assaulting people. $3.2 million.
I mean, they things like that, so they ship them off to freaking somewhere else.
They did ship him off to somewhere else. You know how he ended up in Boulder assaulting me? He was kicked out of the Denver Police Department for assaulting people. You know what he did after he assaulted me in Boulder? He assaulted 7 more people on camera. You know what he did after that? They let him move on to jurisdiction, where he got kicked out for assaulting people again. Yeah, he's a good cop. And every cop that I interact with after that treats me like trash. I try to tell people that there's all this evidence, I need help processing it and turning it in. The cops aren't going to look at it.
Okay, that was a lot of information. A lot of information. It was way out of my comfort zone.
All right, all I heard was stop and cart.
Okay. I can't sit down very well, but I'm gonna explain to you. Try to explain to you.
I've heard it all 100 times, but go ahead.
So, with the phone call, the restricted number, basically what they told me is that since it says restricted and since the number isn't showing up on the phone, they cannot.
Yeah, I heard that part. I heard everything they said.
Yeah. So that part is the unfortunate part.
The assaults they can do something about.
Yes. So what he was saying is, since this restraining order happened and the stalking order has happened, if there's any documentation at all after the fact that this has been issued, so since yesterday it was issued.
Dude, all right, they have up to 16 months to press charges for assault.
I know.
So they need to do their jobs. It's documented, it's recorded. For them saying it's a back and forth thing, no, it's not. It's me being targeted and me being ignored. Those cops have plenty of evidence. They have seen plenty of evidence. They refuse to do anything about it. There's a big difference. Officer Martinez knows I'm trying to turn it in. Same thing with Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald came with Officer Lothman on 2 different occasions to threaten, harass, and intimidate me and refused to give his name. Then he was supposed to investigate the crap down there at Fred Meyer's. None of them will. They don't care about the homeless and they won't investigate the homeless. You have to push them. Which means all of the stuff that they're telling you to do, the stuff that I've been asking for help doing, the stuff that I've been forced to do by myself for 7 years while people promise that they're going to help me. And then they talk over me and tell me what somebody else said about some situation that has nothing to do with it.
Right now. Yeah. So, Sean, I'm just telling you what they told me.
I know what they told you, and I've been here. I've been recording the whole time. You know, I do that every time. The thing is that, like, those officers are pulling the wool over your goddamn eyes. See, that's the thing about being able to show Candy the messages between me and Natalie. She got to read for herself. You know, she.
So,
as far as the evidence of assaults, they do have to do something about that. I am disabled. I cannot defend myself. I do get a paycheck for being disabled.
So since, again,
it doesn't matter about any of the stuff after the protection order. Obviously, they're not going to do anything. But the assaults, they have to do something about. It is a felony for them not to, especially with it being recorded and documented.
So that's why wolnez is going to trial with you, and that's why court is happening.
No. You're missing this entirely. All right, he's going to keep this up, and so are those youngins, and I have had to deal with this for 7 years. Those assaults did happen. Those assaults need to be turned in as a criminal act, which is what they were. There is a difference between civil court and criminal court, and me having to go to the cops for them to blow me off every single time prevents me from taking my predators to criminal court, which is the whole thing with the civil court. The civil court and the criminal actions that he committed are not the same thing. Those assaults still need to be turned in. Someone needs to help me with that, like I've said from the very start. I'm showing people the evidence and saying it needs to be written down. We can write this down. We can look at the evidence. Someone has to verify it. There are plenty of witnesses. And people are like, well, I don't know what I can do. You can write it down. You can write it down. You can go in with me. When they try to talk over me like that, you have to stand up to them and say, hey, he's the one being victimized. These things are true. I have seen the evidence of it, and these are not separate instances. Everything since I left Virginia has been nonstop abuse over Natalie Bollinger getting all drugged out of her friggin' gourd and getting busted. Her and her sister were fighting over a boy. It's got nothing to do with me. It wasn't my choice. I went to Virginia because she was going to kill herself if I didn't go. Candy got to read the messages between Natalie and I. I so wish, God. This is why men commit suicide. I heard what the cops were saying. They've talked over me hundreds of times before. What they're literally not going to do is listen to the witness. They're not going to listen to the victim. This stuff in civil court is completely different from the repeated assaults that I have had to endure, as well as the physical and psychological damage that I have to endure, as well as the financial damage, plus them harassing the library and harassing Safeway. These are the only places that I had safe to go because the cops wouldn't do anything about them racist youngins that literally everyone in town knows about. Paul has heard them drive by and call me the N-word repeatedly, including yesterday. Miranda got to see him assault me right over there at the First Christian Church with about 20 other people who did nothing. They just watched, which is all they ever do. And then I get to hear this, oh, well, we should stick together. Well, they only stick together when there's drugs involved, and I don't mess around with the drugs. So what?
Exactly.
Same thing with Natalie. Natalie and her friends made my life a living hell. And all I could do is beg my friends to please help me to turn it in. Please look at the evidence and go in with me to turn it in so I can do so safely. I am a homeless man. I will be treated like I am a mentally ill schizophrenic out to kill people if I have to talk to cops alone, or they will talk down to me like I am mentally retarded. They will literally lie to people about situations and talk over me like that officer wanted to do there. He just wanted to say, Sean. No, I was pointing out the fact that I had taken this to Lothman. Lothman committed felonies against me when I first got here. Felonies by this officer. Running around and trying to incite violence. Lying to prosecutors, lying to the DA. This is not stuff that is legal. It's illegal. It is recorded. And by the time I get somebody to look at the recording, it's already 6 months past when it happened. And I have to literally find somebody who will carry my computer up to the library so that in 3 hours I can try to search through the videos to try to find it that way, because on my phone it'll only go back 6 months. At most.
Yeah.
And I try to explain this over and over again to hundreds of people that are like, well, have you tried calling the cops? Have you tried going to CARE? Did you try going to Tides of Change? Well, you know, I got this friend on the police force. It's Officer Sadler. It's Officer Martinez. It's Officer Lothman. I'm like, oh my God, this is not helping. See, that's the problem with me not being able to turn in the cops and me explaining to these people for all this time, all of these places, like yesterday when that guy treated me like I was a retard, like I was making this stuff up. I'm scared shitless, dude. Like, I literally can't defend myself. All of my disability money has been stolen, ripped off, and beaten out of me.
What they told me, you weren't hurt. Unfortunately, someone has to make a call.
that Andrew stepped foot on the property, and if he stepped by your car, that's a double.
We don't need to do that to turn in the assaults. The assaults are recorded. They're documented. He came up and started harming me for no reason. He had no reason to do that. And then I'm told that it's two people going back and forth. No, it's not. It's a group of people stalking me and me begging for help.
That's what I explained to Jose. It's always Andrew going to Sean.
And Officer Martinez outright lied to you and said it's a back and forth. It's not. It's me trying to get help. Me documenting it on YouTube. I do that because cops won't do their job. I'm sorry for getting... I'm sorry.
You don't need to apologize. I'm just...
I have to find a place to put my car. I have to find the money for insurance. I have to find the money to fix it. I have to find money for all these things.
You got a lot of things that were unfortunate.
Yeah, and all of these things have stacked up because I haven't been able to turn in my predators with a friend or family member.
So what we just did, all the police, I was here with you present, and we've been following this friend or family member thing with the cops.
They didn't give us the opportunity to write a report either. They didn't even offer. They never do. Just so you know, if I was a woman, they would have. They also would have offered me a safe place to go.
That much I don't know because I don't have experience, but you do.
I have a lot of experience. I used to be the homeless liaison in Boulder, Colorado. I took people to their meetings. I went with them when they had to go talk to the DHS. I went with them when they were assaulted, no matter what kind of assault it was. When they needed to turn in people who were beating and molesting their kids, I went in with them. When they had to go down to the 55th and Arapahoe so they could turn in their information so they get their Social Security, I went with them so they could do that. I've been through all of this firsthand, secondhand, thirdhand. I've been through it every which way.
So what I'll do right now is I'll let the store director know about what the cops suggested for them because it's their property and stuff. I'll tell them that if Andrew steps foot after Sean notifies, or if you even notify, please call police because he's not supposed to be here.
The police are going to try to pretend that I can't turn in any of the abuse before. I literally had to call 911 and tell them stupid idiots that they're being a bunch of fucking cunts. Like, that's not something I want to do. After what I grew up in growing up, you really think I even want to use the word cunt? I don't even want to hear the word cunt. Like, I was sexually assaulted in prison by guards because they wanted to retaliate against me for telling on cops. No cop is going to do anything. That's why I said we need to make phone calls to turn this in. The cops are not going to do anything. Sadler went and warned him about it. The cop that he spoke to before Sadler told him, what was it that he said? I sent the video to you. Candy could probably remember it. I have it on my phone. Fuck it.
I admire you to speak up about these things. I really do. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't take it that way.
He wanted to assume that I was retarded and antagonize the situation. He knew that he was lying to you and antagonizing the situation, as well as preventing me from making statements about the wrongdoing of him and his fellow officers. He thought just saying my name over and over and over again was good enough, and that made it okay. The thing is that, the assaults need to be turned in. I mean, the whole reason for getting a protection order is so that I can get him to leave me alone long enough for me and somebody to be able to turn in all of the assaults. Like, I can't do that when them youngins are still doing that stuff and when Wolnez is still doing that stuff. I can't function because of this. I have gone through 7 years of this. They have threatened to kill my sister. They've threatened to kill my niece. They've assaulted multiple of my friends. Christine Bouhid is dead. Benjamin Harvey is dead. Natalie Bollinger isn't the only one who's dead.
No, they're all corpses. Just like you said. We're going to make sure you don't join them.
So I'm on clock, and I just.
I'm sorry, I should let you go back in. I was gonna.
I'll just put it on my. I just don't know.
He's been at it a while.
So what
again. It's ridiculous. But what they said, what they need is
Maybe this one.
like if it were to happen today, that'd be perfect. But anytime after yesterday, if they have any documentation,
It doesn't matter after yesterday. The assaults that were committed by him already, they do have to do something
I
about.
know
They
it doesn't
do.
matter.
They do.
I know it doesn't matter. That has to be. It's just regardless. Yes,
Anything
it's
new
happening.
though, and
It
they'll
is.
get a jump on it.
Yes,
And
but
then they'll
the
want that
stuff that
all
he's
that
done
whole
already,
information.
the stuff that he's done already, somebody needs to help turn it in.
Yes, and we will get that done.
Oh, it was on,
I got it from here.
this one
We'll be
maybe.
back.
Direct me personally.
Come on, let's go on the bus.
Ma'am, we're going to the homeless connect on 3 of us.
Got it?
Front chairs are dangerous.
Oh, I know they are. Got it?
But I don't try.
I know, honey, I know. I know. And I'm not afraid to hug you. And I know you don't like touching me, but sometimes you need a hug. It'll be okay. Don't be sorry. There's nothing to be sorry for. Okay? Everyone gets upset. Everyone gets frustrated. There's nothing to be sorry for. It's a normal reaction. Right? Don't be sorry. It's okay. Right? We got some really cute little buses in there. Imagine I'm not moving very fast though. Not everyone has the gumption to build their own house. Especially not out of a bus.
One of the things about showing people before we have to have the especially cops. If they're informed, they're less likely to regurgitate what the cops have already said to me hundreds of times. And what the cops just said to them. They're selling a false narrative. They're trying to reword the
Brush everything
situation.
under the rug.
Yeah. Well, that's what I get for being honest.
No, honesty should not be rewarded with distrust.
They should,
College.
they should stop telling people they can't do anything about the stuff in the past because there's a time limit and they know it. I got a friend assault at the hospital. I've already 5 and they refused to even investigate. They didn't even write anything down. This time, the only reason the officer wrote anything down was because Nathan told him to.
No, huh?
Someone left it, is it what this? I think it's garbage. Yeah.
It's gonna pick her up to get her on the bus. She must be scared.
Yes, baby.
Yeah. The poor baby. Did you get scared? Good dog. I remember the commercial too.
She's actually really, really super sweet. And
She
doesn't
is.
like sticks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Does she try to eat them?
Well, we thought she was barking at me, and then I set my stick down, and she was just barking at my stick.
Oh.
Dogs are allowed on the bus as long as they don't fight with each other or bark. Where you going?
Or take the crap on the floor. We're good.
Mine does bark, but as let me know.
Chihuahua. They can't,
Because he is a service
just bark,
animal.
bark, bark.
Yes.
They bark
Poor
because
baby.
they're trained to do something, that's one thing.
Okay.
We've had people on the bus before that every time I open the door, the dog was like,
Nuts.
come on.
My phone's gonna die.
Yeah, no, we have one. We have a from like Walmart.
I think he can.
He left it.